What's up, my peeps and my creeps? First of all, I need to start off by saying that I did notice that I have a few new subscribers, so thank y'all for subscribing. And if you still are watching and you haven't subscribed, come on, like, just help us out. Like, you watching, I mean, just subscribe. Like, I don't get paid from YouTube, but in the future, I would love to. Then I could do cool stuff like, giveaways to my subscribers, stuff like that. Like, I would love to do stuff like that. I should do something like that now. I mean, it's not going to be anything crazy, but just to show my appreciation. I did that before when I first started my channel. What did I give away? Is it a gift card? A cash app? It was something. But anyway, not to get too off topic, because I definitely will. My kids are asleep right now. Whew, praise the Lord, because it gave me time to take a shower and just like kind of relax a little bit, and I need to get some stuff done. So my goal is to try to do that while I'm talking to y'all. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. Hopefully they have a pretty good lengthy nap. I told Quad that if he took a nap, I mean, I was gonna do it anyway. I told him if he took a nap, we'll go outside and play with the chalk. And he was like, I don't want to take a nap. Of course, I mean, what kids want to take a nap? Except for Josiah. Josiah, as soon as he finished a meal, he's ready to go to sleep. But he was like, he didn't want to take a nap. But I was like, well, if you take a nap, we can go outside and play when you wake up. So he was like, huh? We can go outside? I'm like, yeah. So, yeah, I guess that motivated him to get that nap in. But I woke up this morning and I feel really good. I feel a lot closer to myself than I've been feeling, like, since I got out of the hospital. I would say on a scale of 1 to 100, I was saying like I was like an 85, like 85 to 89 like last week. But I feel like this week I'm starting to feel a little better. Well, a lot better. And I'll say, like, right now, today, I feel about a good 93%. I feel good. Only thing, my tongue, like, just the side of my tongue is still a little bit, like, tingly and, like, a little bit numb. But other than that, like, my walking is better. Like, the left side or whatever, that's a lot better. My vision, like, looking... my vision is not doubled anymore, so thank God for that. No, it's not blurry. It's just I can notice a difference on my left side. Like, if I look to the side, I can feel a difference in like the muscle than I feel on the right side, which I mean would make sense because all the stuff was on the left side. But yeah, but other than that, I feel pretty good. I did have a feeling like when I got home, I was telling Jesse I felt like kind of out of it. Like, I don't know, I felt like I was like on some medicine or something. Like, I felt like I was kind of like floating around. Like, when I was up and moving around, I felt like I was kind of like just floating. And it was like I really couldn't explain how I was feeling, but nothing was hurting. I just felt like, no, like just not myself. I didn't feel like myself. I felt, like I said, like I was just floating a little bit. And now I don't have that feeling anymore. So I feel like things are getting better. I'm going to continue to claim victory over all of this. I'm going to continue to claim healing over all of this. And just pray that this never happens again. Like, this just be something that was like a crazy happenstance. And, things get better. But I did go to the neurologist. What's today? Today is Wednesday. I went to the neurologist on Monday. And y'all, when I tell you that appointment seriously drained me, like it drained me so much because, so my appointment was at 3:40 and we didn't see the doctor until like almost, I think it was like 6:40-ish, something like that. And then we probably didn't leave out of there till close to 8 o'clock. So just all the information, like I could tell he like knows his stuff, like he loves what he does for sure. but it was just so much information. I was just like, I felt like I was in class. I really felt like I was in class. Like, he was drawing me out like charts and everything, which I appreciate that, because really I learn better like if I see it or if I do it. But he was drawing it out for me, and helped me to kind of put a picture with all the terminology that he was throwing out, because baby, he was naming the brain parts, and I was just like, curling iron, flat iron. Like, Marcel's like, sir, cosmetologist. Like, I went to school for hair. All those terms you're saying, like, oh my gosh, sound like you speaking Spanish to me. But anyway, it was just a long appointment. And then, Jesse took me, so he got off work early to take me. And the kids were there, and I packed them a good bit of snacks and juice. And I forgot, I usually would pack Josiah's little water cup, but I didn't, because I thought, well, we'll be out of the appointment. I only packed 2 juice boxes, one for Quad, one for Josiah. So when I tell you, they ate all those snacks in that bag, and then they were like getting kind of antsy. But at the same time, I feel like we both felt like they did really good. Like, of course they gonna get aggravated and stuff because they're kids, but they did their best. They really did. Josiah ended up making friends with the neurologist because he brought him some crackers. And of course, I mean, if you have food, Deuce will be your friend for a little while. But anyway, the update with that, like how things went with the neurologist, was things went pretty good. The results that I was waiting for to come back, like it was 2 more results I was waiting on to come back from wherever they sent it off to. And the neurologist was explaining to me, one of the results came back, it was good. Then another result came back, and I don't judge me about these terms and all that stuff, but I remember he said something about, it's like something about the results that came back with the bands. It was like something with some bands, some kind of bands, and my results came back that it was positive in 3 bands. And this is when he took out his paper and was drawing the little diagrams or whatever. He was like, those 3 bands, where on my results that came back, it's found in MS, multiple sclerosis, which is what they were thinking that it may be, but they weren't like wanting to put a name on it for sure. He said that, I keep tumbling over my words, but he said that it's found in multiple sclerosis, it's found in lupus, it's found in some cancers, and Lyme disease. So he was like, he can't just say, oh yeah, you have MS, because it could be something else, like the traits and everything, like the symptoms like that I was feeling or whatever. Yes, they are like, people who have multiple sclerosis can go through those things, but also it could be something else too. So he said that he's not gonna call it MS, and he was not gonna start me like on some treatment with some medicine, because he's not sure that is that. And if it isn't that, and he just starts me on medicine, then 10 years later down the line, he realizes, we find out that I don't have it, then it's like, you wasted all the time taking medicine for what? And, excuse me. And I appreciated him, with that, because he could have just slapped me on some medicine and been like, all right, see you back in whatever amount of time and go ahead and start these meds. Look at my cup, y'all. I love this cup just because it say blessed. Because, I mean, I feel like I am. I know I'm blessed. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, about the results or whatever. So I'm about to say, what is smoking? That's my dishwasher. Child, I was like, wait a minute. I know I didn't turn that stove on. Okay. But yeah, don't want to slap me on medicine or whatever. And then I asked him about, like, the inflammatory foods or whatever. Like, would that help if I was to, not do so much like processed foods, and just try to be more mindful of foods that are inflammatory foods. And he said, absolutely. I'm thankful for that too, because again, people will be quick to put you on some medicine and not tell you you need to change the way you eat. Because a lot of the stuff that goes on health-wise, I feel like our eating definitely has something to do with a lot of the stuff that goes on in our body. If we really get down to like the root of things. But yeah, because it's just so much trash, like so much trash in this food nowadays. Like stuff is not the same. Even like fast food, like sometimes like it can be convenient, but it's like if you think about McDonald's now compared to when I was eating McDonald's when I was a little girl, and now I don't even eat McDonald's like that. But if I were to get McDonald's, that it tastes different from when we were little. Like down to the chicken nuggets. Them chicken nuggets at McDonald's used to be different. It was just different. And then me and my dad were talking in the hospital about how many like chemicals are in McDonald's fries, and it's like crazy, because it's like that's the cheapest fast food, and it's easy, and kids, oh, McDonald's, like they want those fries. And I mean, sometimes you get them for them because it's easy and convenient, but it's like it's trash. It's just trash, man. So yeah, not to get too off topic again, but basically I told the doctor that I wanted to try to change my diet and see if that helps anything. As far as like my brain and the MRIs and everything, he was just showing me everything. And when I tell you everything, like he was showing me in the MRI, like my eyes, like he was breaking down all these nerves in my eyes, and oh, this is your child. I don't even know, but yeah, that anatomy, baby, I can't. I'm gonna just tell y'all the truth. I failed that class in college. Okay, I hated that class. Like anatomy made me realize, like, yeah, nursing, healthcare, that ain't for me, baby. It's not for me. Not only because I have a weak stomach, but all that, I can't. No, so. But anyway, yeah, he was really breaking down so much stuff to me about that MRI. He was just like, my brain looked healthy. I don't have any health issues. So the fact that this happened, he was just like, did something traumatic happen? Or like, are you, were you like under any major stress? And I was like, I mean, my grandma died, and stress. I mean, and they asked me that in the hospital too. Like, was I under any major stress? And I was like, no, I don't think so. I got 2 little kids, but I don't think I'm stressed. And the more I thought about that, like during that appointment, I was just like, am I stressed? Like, the things that I do on a day-to-day basis, like with the kids, I had to really sit and think like, girl, that's a lot of stuff. Like, that's a lot. You do a lot, and you're going from the moment you get up to the moment you go to, like, get ready to go to bed. Like, you're always doing something, and that could be stressful. And I just didn't realize it because I just look at it as, I'm just doing what I gotta do. Like, I'm just taking care of my kids. Like, but when I thought about it, I was like, dang, I had to seriously just break down from when I had quad all the way to now, like just how things could have been stressful, but since I've been like, functioning in it, and, I feel like I'm managing things the best way that I can. I just felt like, I don't know, it just was like normal to me. And I was telling my sister that, and I was just like, maybe I am stressed. And she was like, girl, I'm not gonna lie. She was just like, sometimes when me and Jossie on FaceTime with you, we be saying that we be tired. Like, we get tired just from, being on FaceTime. And I'm like, I never looked at it like that. I never, like, thought, like, wow, like, I knew I did a lot, but I just didn't think that it was stressing me out. But, one thing about it, like, stress, like, if you're the type of person that I feel like is more like on the negative side, then it's easy to complain and to, get down, like be down about certain stuff and like have a certain attitude about things and outlook. But I feel like I'm more of a positive person, so I try to look at things in a positive way. And if you ask me if I'm stressed out, I don't know. Like, I think about, like, I guess because I was thinking, like, okay, stressed. Am I stressed? Like, is Jesse stressing me out? Like, am I in a situation that's stressful? And I'm like, well, no. Like, I'm not in, like, a toxic situation. Like, I'm in a healthy relationship. But the only thing is maybe just the fact that, I'm home with the kids every day. And I don't, like, it's not like I have anyone that, like, oh yeah, they're gonna come get the kids today, or so and so got the kids and I'm taking a break or something like that. Like, I'll say I'll take a break. Like, let me see, when's the last time I had a break? Okay, so when I went in the hospital, not when I went in the hospital. Yeah, but when I went in the hospital and had Quad, Josiah. When I had Josiah, my mom got Quad for a week. And that's probably the last time that I had a break. I think so. Yeah. If I got that wrong and you watching this, then correct me. But I think that is the last time that I had a break. And the thing about that, like, when it comes to breaks and stuff, I feel like I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, I wish that, so-and-so would get the kids and stuff, because I feel like, for one, they're my kids. So, I mean, if I have to go without a break, I just have to go out without a break. But Jesse was telling me one day, before all this stuff even happened, he was just like, if you need to go, just go. But it's like, sometimes, like, I do want to get out by myself or whatever, but I'm like, dang, I want to get out with you. Like, I want us to go on, like, I don't know, like, go on a little date or something. Like, I feel like a lot of the times, and this could be why I probably was thinking, like, I'm not stressed. Like, when it comes to, like, the weekends and stuff, it's like family time for us. Like, we trying to find something to do, like, fun with the kids. And I mean, we go out and have a good time, and that's fun for me. Like, I love being with my family, but I do think that I probably should take more breaks. And with that being said, I had a talk with Jesse last night and the night before a little bit. And we think that it may be time to go ahead and put the boys in daycare. I'm nervous about it because I've been, with them every day and whatever. And I just want them to be somewhere that they're going to be treated right, and somewhere secure, somewhere safe. And I just, like I said, I just want somebody to treat them right. And I want them to learn. Like, I want them to get good education and, I just want the best care for them. And I mean, I know since I'm their mom, I feel like, that's the best care. But outside of me, like, I just want education-wise and, facility-wise, I just want them to be in a good place where I feel comfortable. And if I'm going to be going back to work, That sounds so crazy because I haven't worked since I was pregnant with Quad. I think when they shut everything down for the pandemic, I want to say that was March. Was that March? April, May, June, July. Yep, it was March. Yeah, because I remember it was like a week after Grandma's birthday. Yep, it was March. And I remember I cleaned my suite out in Columbia, and I was getting ready to move to Charleston anyway. But that just kind of like sped up the process. So I'm like, well, they done shut everything down. I just, closed my suite up or whatever, moved my stuff out, and came down to Charleston. I haven't worked since because, I've been home with the kids. And now, like I said, that we're talking about, me going to work. Because I just feel like if I were to go back to work, it'll just give me opportunity to get out and, I don't know, just have like a, something to do, something that I love. I don't know why I feel so bad saying this, because I don't want to make it seem like I don't love like being with my kids. I love being with my kids. Like, I love them. But at the same time, I was nervous when Quad was like young to go to daycare, because I was like, well, he can't talk. He can't tell me, if something's going on. But now I feel like Quad is very intelligent, and he can speak and tell me when something's going on, something's not right. Josiah is not talking yet, but I feel like if they're both at the same place, I would feel more comfortable. So, yeah. The only thing is, like I said, just finding a good daycare for them. And for me, I'm really gonna have to pray on all of this, because when it comes to going back to work, I do have some options. I could start off at a salon where it's like, no booth rent, more so like a paid hourly kind of situation. That way it's like a guaranteed paycheck or whatever. And I don't have to like buy products and all that stuff. So it's like you basically like just going, working, and having a paycheck, versus having my own suite, but you gotta pay booth rent. I mean, not booth rent. You gotta pay your rent or whatever for the suite, and then of course your products and all that stuff. And then another option would be to go into a salon and pay booth rent. Now, if you don't know the difference, the suite is where like I would get like my own room or whatever, and basically I would have it'll be my own salon, but it would just be me working in there. But I just don't think I'm ready for that right now in Charleston, especially like starting off. I feel like it would be smarter to do the hourly, or to go work in a salon and pay booth rent, because even though you'll be in a salon paying booth rent, you just have to buy your products and pay your booth rent. You don't have to worry about, hold on y'all, Jesse calling me. Okay, y'all. But I think I left off, talking about the different salon options. I think the first option I said was the hourly paid salon job or whatever. And then the other option was the suite option, where basically, it's like having your own salon. You pay all your bills or whatever, your rent, your products and all that stuff. And then the other option, to work in a salon and pay booth rent and buy your products. Now, the pros and the cons, when I weighed those out, in my mind, it's like I've never done an hourly. I've never gotten paid. Like, I never worked at a salon where I've got paid hourly, like whatever they tell me I'm getting paid. Excuse me, just drinking water and it's got me like burping like crazy. But anyway, I never done that before. But I feel like it'll be advantageous because I'm, starting over in Charleston. I don't have a built clientele here. And clientele is something that it takes time to build. Like, I don't care. I mean, you could be a bomb stylist, and when you move to a new area, people gotta, they gotta hear about you. You gotta put yourself out there, meet people, and, get people. Once people start seeing, like, your clients and stuff out, of course, word of mouth, but it still takes time to build that clientele up. It's not gonna be like, oh, well, I was booming here in this city, and then I moved here and I'm booming here in this city. I mean, it can happen, but it's just not a guaranteed immediate thing. And I don't want to put myself in a situation where I just want to make the smartest decision. And as far as the suite thing, it's like, same thing. Like, you got to build your clientele. So it's like you're in the suite by yourself. You're not really seeing, like, versus if you were in a salon environment and you work around other stylists. This stylist might do cuts. This stylist might do color. This stylist might do bomb blowouts. And here you are, you doing what you offer. Everybody else don't want to do that, or they might not do that. So, their clients see that, somebody else brings something different to the table, then, that's where, oh, well, you do braids. Can you do my daughter's hair? Like, people see you. If you're in a salon, people can see you, and you can build your clientele that way a little bit better than if you're in a suite. So I feel like starting off, my options would be, to do the suite. I mean, not the suite, do the salon thing or the hourly thing. And I feel like I'm kind of leaning more toward the hourly thing right now, just because I don't know of a lot of salons in Charleston. Like, one, I did reach out to someone in Charleston that does have a salon, but she left me on red, so I must be ugly. I'm just kidding, but she really did. She left me on red, so I was like, well, okay, that's not meant for me. I'm not gonna sweat it, but I was just like, wow, interesting. But yeah, she left me on red, so then I was like, well, okay, that's not the route that I need to go. So there's other options. There's plenty of other options in Charleston. I just pulled up my Indeed right now because I'm about to just tweak my my resume a little bit, like update. And I got email from 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, I didn't even know I had these salons. They're salon jobs. These are, like I was saying, the hourly paid salons. Sports Clips, haircuts. I wouldn't want to work at Sports Clips. Like, I think they get paid by the hour and they probably get tips, but I don't want to do haircuts all day. I don't want to work at Sports Clips. There's this place called Pigtails and Crew Cuts in Charleston. Well, it's in Mount Pleasant. And I actually found this, I saw it on Facebook because somebody got their child's haircut there, but it's basically like a kiddie salon. It's so cute. It's so cute. And I wouldn't mind, like, working somewhere like that. I really wouldn't. I know I just said I don't want to do haircuts all day, but I don't know. I just feel like it'll be different with the kids. Like, it's a different little vibe. And I feel like it also kind of matches because, I mean, I'm in school. Well, we'll talk about my school stuff in just a second too. But I'm in school for early child development. And then, I have my cosmetology. And that's another thing too. I have my cosmetology instructor's license. So, yes, I could, go work behind a chair, do all that stuff. But I also can go ahead out there and apply for some instructor jobs. So I'm just at a point right now where I'm like, and I see that it's some openings at Paul Mitchell the school, and I wouldn't mind working at Paul Mitchell the school, because I feel like Paul Mitchell, they have awesome training. It's like, you know, it's cute in there, and I just feel like if I was to be an instructor, like, I just imagine like my class, like, I would love my students so much, and I just would want the environment to feel like a family. You know, we're gonna spend a lot of time together, and like, just thinking from my cosmetology school experience, we spent a lot of time with those girls. Like, you're gonna spend a lot of time with those girls and guys if y'all have guys, but y'all spend a lot of time together. Those 1,500 hours that year, that 8 to 5 or whatever shift you're doing to get those hours in cosmetology school, that's a lot of time y'all spending with each other. And it's it's tough, because when you're in cosmetology school, it's like you really can't work like that. Like, and if you do, it's like you working a night shift, because you got school literally from 8 to 5. So it's like, okay, you got school from 8 to 5, then get off of that from there. Like, when I was in school, I worked 8 to 5, and I worked at the mall also in Myrtle Beach, and my shift would be 8 to 5 school, and then 5, like, they would put me on the schedule, say like 5:30. And if you live in Conway or in Myrtle Beach, from Ori Georgetown Tech to get to the mall, I was working at Body Central, and that what is it called, 501 traffic. That 501 traffic, oh my gosh. So I would just have to call my job and be like, hey, I'm on my way, I'm leaving school, I'll be there, you know, in such and such time. And I would work from when I get out of school until the mall closes. And you know, it was very tiring. And then on the weekends, or like on my days off, I would do hair. So it's like, that time is just a crucial time, because it's like you might not be able to work how you want to, or you might not be able to work at all. And some people, if you're older and you have families and stuff, you know, by the time you do 8 to 5, you got to go home, take care of your kids, all this stuff, homework. It's just a tiring time. It's a lot going on while you're in cosmetology school. So, like I said, I would just want my environment to be like a nice, peaceful, like no drama. And I would really just want to pour so much into my students. So that's why I'm like, do I need to utilize my instructor's license? Because I mean, why not? But I'm just like not sure how they feel about, I don't have experience. I don't have the teaching experience. I just have my license, because I haven't been working these, what is it, 3 years? I don't know. Since I had quad, I haven't been working. Well, really, since I was pregnant with him. But yeah, I'm just gonna pray on that. I'm gonna pray on it, look up these daycares, pray on that, and spruce this resume up, send it on, and whatever happens, you know, I just pray that, you know, I know God will lead me in the right direction. And I'm not trying to move fast on it. I'm trying to make sure that I make the right, I don't know who that is calling me, but I was trying to ignore the call and I answered it. But yeah, sorry, that took me off track. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna pray on it, and you know, just go with what it is I feel like God want me to do, the best decision. Cause I just don't want to go work anywhere. I'm not desperate to just, like, it's not about the money. Like, cause if it was about the money, the hourly thing would probably be out of the question. Cause I'll be like, hourly, like, you ain't about to tell me how much I'm getting paid. I'm gonna tell myself how much I'm gonna get paid. But you know, you gotta start somewhere. And in this field, in this industry, like, it's like, you know, when you move and relocate and stuff, you gotta do what you gotta do in the beginning. And it just makes me think about when I first started doing hair at the beach. I started off, I wasn't even like I said, I was working at Body Central in the mall while I was in school. I was in hair school or whatever, and I was working at Body Central. And then after I graduated, I didn't go right into a salon. I was working at Body Central, and I worked my way up to into management, and I stayed there. I want to say it was like a 1 or 2 years. I can't remember. Might have been 1. I think it was a strong 1 year. Because I feel like by that time, I had met like a good bit of people. I was doing hair on the side at home. And I think it was a year. But I felt confident enough that I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go into the salon now. Because some of my classmates would come to my house and get their hair done. And then I had like people from, how did I get those clients? Because now I'm thinking about, really, it was like word of mouth. I would do somebody's hair, and then somebody else would see them, and then they would reach out to me. But it was people from people that I knew. I didn't just have like a bunch of random people in my house. I mean, I may not have known them like that, but it was people who, you know, I've known them and they recommended them. So, yeah, I feel like, you know, I was doing pretty good with that. So once I remember I went to a Brown Brothers hair show, and I was like, okay, I'm ready to step out on faith and go into the salon. That's when I met Miss Shanika. Well, not met her, because Miss Shanika came to my school, matter of fact. She came to my school, and when she came to the school, I was like, oh, she is fly. I was like, she is fly, and you know, I want to check her salon out. And I remember we went on a field trip. Dang, I'm about to get off track and tell another story. Okay, I'm gonna tell this, and we're gonna shift. But I remember when we went to Miss Shanika's salon. We went to 2 salons in Conway, and once it was just 2 totally different dynamics. That's all I'm gonna say. 2 different dynamics, and it's like as soon as I walked in Miss Shanika's salon, I don't know what it was. Well, I can't say I don't know what it was, because I know that was God telling me, like, oh, you about to be up in here, girl. But when I walked in there, I was like, oh, I'm about to work in this salon. I'm going to work here. And like I said, now, I didn't work there as soon as I graduated. I waited. Like, I worked at the mall. But I worked at the mall. Then I started working at this title loan place. And it was finally at the title loan place. It's finally at a title loan place where I was like, you know what? I don't want to work these jobs no more. I really just want to do hair. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. So let me get back on topic. I said all that to say, with all of the health things that I had going on and stuff, it just brought us to a different reality, like, and made me think like, okay, it might be time to do something else right now. Jesse was just saying, you know, that I've done a good job at home, being at home and doing like stuff I was doing with the kids and stuff, and he feels like, you know, they got a pretty good foundation, and it might be time. Like, it's, you know, we were both nervous about them going to daycare, but we feel like it's okay now. Like, it's fine. And I was just telling Jesse, like, if I go on these people's jobs, I'll be like, you know what? I don't need this job. I'll be like Rochelle off Everybody Hates Chris. I don't need this. My man has 2 jobs. But no, I wouldn't be like that for real, because he already know our work. But he was just like, you know, for real, if you have to. I'm like, no, I'll be fine. That's why I just got to pray on it and make sure I end up in the right spot or whatever. Because, I mean, I don't see us leaving Charleston no time soon. And this vision that I have, man, for this salon, my salon, my team, like, I know it's gonna happen one day. I know it is, but I gotta do the groundwork. I gotta do my groundwork, and I have to start from the bottom. And I don't care if I have to keep start from the bottom. I started from the bottom when I moved up to Conway, and you know, we did that. Literally, me and Dana moved to Conway. We didn't have no job. We had no jobs. I went up there while she was in school. She was graduating school. She just knew she wanted to move to Myrtle Beach, and she wanted to go to school up there. And I was like, well, you're not leaving me in something. I ain't staying here, so I'm going too. So I was like, I'm gonna go find us an apartment. And we moved to Myrtle Beach with no jobs. I'll call that a leap of faith. We didn't have no job, but I was like, well, I know I can do hair, so we'll work it out. But it ended up working out, of course. But we did that, and then I moved from the beach. I moved to Columbia, had to start over. I started over, and you know, once again, it wasn't overnight, but I built myself back up. And then from Columbia, I moved to Charleston. So it's like, you know, every time you start over, you gotta start somewhere. And I'm not somebody that I feel like I'm beneath doing like the groundwork. Like, I'm not beneath that. Like, if I gotta start making I look like, I was telling Jesse, and we had to both stop and laugh, because I was like, they trying to pay me $10 an hour. That is ridiculous. I was like, I'm getting a super pay cut. And then we both laughed, and I was like, wait, I ain't got no job right now, so what am I talking about, a pay cut? But what I meant is, like, I don't want to cut myself short, because I know what I'm capable of, and I know as an employee, like, you know, the value I would bring to the team, and I know what kind of worker I am. But it's like, yes, you don't want to cut yourself short, but again, you got to start somewhere. Now, granted, like I said, I'm not above start from the bottom, but I'm sorry, I cannot do $10 an hour. Like, you playing in my face at this point, because $10 an hour, Chick-fil-A don't even make that, and those kids are teenagers. Like, what? No. But what I'm saying for my sake is, you know, if I have to start at an hourly salon chain or something like that, then that's cool. They have a place called Dry Bar in Charleston, and I was talking to them when I was pregnant. No, it was after I had quad, and I was thinking about going back to work, and I was like, maybe I'll start there. They do blowouts all day long. Like, they don't color cut, they just do blowouts. And I was like, well, and if you want to add a braid or something, you can do a braid. And I just was like, well, I mean, I wouldn't mind doing that. Like, I like styling hair. Like, I like doing that. Now, CTV. Oh. I thought the boys' TV stopped. I'm sorry, y'all. But I wouldn't mind doing blowouts all day, honestly. I feel like it'll give me a chance to get out. Like I said, meet people, build some relationships, and you know, when it's time for me to transition to maybe a salon I find, or maybe go ahead and get a suite, then I feel like I'll have a variety of clients, because I'll have like blowout clients, and I'll have, if I want to do the braids, the weaves, all that stuff, like, that's just a given. Like, I can do that stuff, but I don't want to just limit myself to just, or whatever I'm gonna say. I don't want to just do black clients. Like, I don't want to just have black clients. I don't want to just be like, oh, well, you know, I don't want to be put in a box to, like, that's the only thing that I do. Granted, I'm not trying to get it out into all that color and stuff. Like, I'd rather not. Like, I feel like that's just not, I'm not really into color like that. I'll do color, but I'm just not like a color specialist. I'm not into it. How like April Parks, like, she's a beast. Kiko in Columbia, beast. Like, color, you know, I like to leave it to them. Like, let them do that. But like blowouts and like braids and weaves and all that stuff, I don't mind doing that. So I feel like all in all, if I just stay in my lane and don't let nobody put me in a box, then I'll be fine. Like, put God first, stay in my lane, and don't let nobody put me in a box, because I don't fit in the box. But yeah, having this conversation, it just, I don't know, it just gave me like a little pep of energy. Like, even when I was talking to Jesse about it and my sister, I was like, wow, like, so it's really that time. Like, I remember a point in time when people would ask me, like, when you going back to work? And honestly, I didn't have an exact date to tell people. Like, I did not know when I was going to work. Like, I can't tell you. I got a cut on my thumb. I don't know where that cut came from, because I didn't have nothing sharp, so I'm really confused. But anyway, people would ask me, like, you doing hair again? You at work? And I'm like, no, not yet. And they're like, well, do you know when you're going to go back to work? And I'm like, no, I don't know. Like, I just kept saying, like, I don't know when I'm going back to work, and I don't know when I do go back to work what I'm going to do, because I was like, I'm going to do whatever God had me to do. Like, and that's that. And that still stands. Like, me talking about going back to work, it might be in a few months, it might be within the next month. It just all depends on how things fall. Like, as far as finding a good daycare or finding like good childcare, and then me finding a place that I can work at. So how everything lines up will be how it lines up. Whatever is meant to be is gonna be, and whatever is for me is gonna be for me, regardless of whatever. It's just gonna be for me, whatever it is. And I'll just keep everybody updated and let you know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to have like a little chit chat with y'all and give y'all like an update on the health, like the health stuff, and just what's going on with that. I do have another appointment Monday. I have an appointment Monday morning, and he's gonna do a full exam. So I'll be updating y'all about that. Y'all will be hearing about like the health updates. Every time I get one, I'll let y'all know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm about to get off of here and go ahead and work on this resume before the kids wake up. I feel like they're gonna wake up and I'm gonna be trying to work on the resume. But I know what I forgot to say. I forgot to mention like my Fit for Moms. Like, in the mix of the whole being at home thing, I just want to say, like, finding Fit for Mom has been like it has been truly like a game changer for me, because I feel like if I would have found Fit for Mom when I was like pregnant with Quad, or like after I had him, I would have been joined it. I feel like it helped me a lot with, when I look at the experiences of when I had Quad versus when I had both of them. And I wasn't like with Quad, after I had Quad, like I wasn't working out. I had no motivation to work out. I kept trying, like I was like saying that I was going to do like at home workouts, but I just was lacking motivation. And I feel like I went through like a little bit of postpartum. It was definitely a little bit of postpartum depression and just missing my family and stuff. But once I had Josiah, I just knew that I wasn't going to put myself through that again. And what I meant by that was I felt like I wanted to look for some resources to, get around other moms and just have like community. I wanted a community of people that, could help or whatever, as far as like, just getting out and doing stuff and all that. So I ended up going on Facebook and looking up resources for Charleston, like postpartum stuff, and I found this group on Facebook called like Postpartum Charleston or Charleston Postpartum Moms or something. But when I tell you that website, well, that page is like so resourceful. Like I found the therapist that I was taking therapy sessions with, and that was so helpful. Just having that that therapy with other moms also, and you know, just seeing that you're not alone and you're not the only one that's going through the stuff you're going through. The feelings that you're feeling are valid, like stuff that you can't really talk to your partner about, because a man and a woman, they have different experiences when it comes to a kid. Yes, it's the dad's first kid. It could be like the dad's first kid too, or like first experience being a parent. And I feel like everybody is learning, but at the same time, it's just things physically that a woman goes through or emotionally a woman goes through, and only a woman can understand that. So that was a good resource. And then through them, I found Fit for Moms Charleston, and that was a lifesaver because it gave me my motivation back to work out, helped me to, like, you know, build my confidence back up after I had quad. Like, I had gained so much weight both pregnancies. I feel like I was a ham baby, and you know, I'm still trying to, you know, come down or whatever, but I feel like I've gained a lot of my confidence back. I feel good about myself, and I have somewhere that, you know, the kids, I feel safe, like letting them play and be around, you know, the mama's kids or whatever. Like, I feel like, and not to mention the fact that, like, when I had COVID, or like right now, like when I was in the hospital or whatever, you know, they were hitting me up and, like, you know, asking me, is there anything that they can do? And I appreciate that so much. Like, I was just like, dang, like, thank you, God, like, for this community of moms, because I wish I would have had this support when I had quad, because I feel like I wouldn't have went through, you know, so much of the postpartum stuff that I did go through if I would have found that group. But yeah, it's just been so, like, so helpful. Like, they started me a meal train, so like when I got home from the hospital, they've been sending me like gift cards, and they've been making me dinners and bringing them, and I just appreciate that so much. Like, I appreciate that so much. Like, that's just so dope to me. Like, immediately, like, I was getting texts like, what do we need to do? Is there anything we can do? Can we help you? But yeah, I just really appreciate them, and I had to give them a shout out because they're the bomb. Like, even if they don't watch this, I just feel like if you're a mom, or, you know, even if you have kids, and if you're a stay-at-home mom or whatever, I just encourage you to get outside of yourself. And, like, if you're a type of person that's like, you know, no, I like to stay to myself, I don't want to, like, you know, meet no new friends, get out of that. Like, that's not good. That doesn't help anybody, doesn't help your situation. So, and I know it's hard. It may be hard to trust people. What was that? Oh, Josiah. It may be hard for you to trust people, but you have to also think about the fact that everybody's not out to get you. Everybody's not out to get you. So if you need help, if you're struggling in an area or something, reach out to somebody, because 9 times out of 10, they may have struggled with the same thing, or they could give you some kind of advice or insight or whatever. But I say all that to say, look for resources in your community that can help you with, you know, postpartum, or just finding a group of moms or some kind of community. Like, even in the Charleston postpartum group, they have a group chat that I'm in, and they literally, it's called what is it, like free baby swap items, where moms just go in the chat and they're like, hey, I got a brand new pack of size 3 diapers, anybody need them? Hey, you know, I got a stroller I'm trying to get rid of, make space for, anybody need this? Or car seats, or it's just so many things that they just put in there. And it's like, wow, like, if you could come across something that you wanting to buy, and somebody is giving it away for free, and it's like, dang, thanks. And you probably have some stuff that, you know, can help somebody else. So it's just like reaching out and looking for those little things that help so much. I know I put stuff in there, and you know, when I met up with the mom, you know, she was just telling me like how helpful it was for her, and you know, I could tell that she was like really appreciative of the stuff. But it's like, you know, you need that mom, like motherhood community. Like, it just feels good to have. But I just had to give them a shout out because I love those ladies. I really do. And I'm just glad that I joined, like, and y'all, and I'm talking to my sisters. So with Fit for Mom, it was one black girl when I joined. It was one black girl, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm just gonna be 100% honest and transparent right now. But when I first joined, like when I was looking at like the Facebook page and Instagram page, because before I like try something out, oh, you better believe I'm gonna stalk that Instagram, that Facebook, that website, all of that stuff. So I was looking at everything and I was like, well, I don't see no black people. And I'm like, oh, I hope they're not like, you know, like, I don't know, like these workout moms that are like, girl, you can't sit with us, fatty. Like, like, I was like, man, I hope they're not like mean girls or whatever. And, you know, I joined or whatever. And, you know, me and Chloe, you know, I used to ask her all the time, like, hey, you come to class? You come to class? And then Chloe eventually stopped coming. I think she had like a new job or something, and she wasn't able to do the hours anymore. And that just left me, the only pepper flake in the soup. But I say that also to say, don't let stuff like that intimidate you, because it's skin. It's a skin color, baby. Like, if nobody ain't treating you wrong, if nobody treating your kids wrong, don't look down or, you know, think twice, like, just because it's like, oh, well, I'm the only black person, so I'm not gonna do it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because if I was to think like that, then Quad wouldn't have all his buddies. Like, he loves his buddies at Fit for Mom, and I love all of them too. And, you know, I don't go in there with the mindset of like thinking about the whole color thing. Like, none of that matters to me, honestly. Like, long as I just know that, you know, I'm around some good people and my kids are around good people, whatever. But yeah, I think this is enough at this point. I have talked y'all head off. I'm about to get ready to, like I said, work on this resume, and I'm gonna keep y'all updated with this whole journey of, you know, starting back working, because I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited. When I tell you I'm gonna have a new attitude at work, like, I feel like I was pretty good with customer service before I had kids, but me not being at work all this time, like, I feel like I'm just ready to like be like super customer service. Like, I don't know, I just, especially with all the experiences I've seen, like with all the like shortages of employees and people, I don't know, it's like COVID did something to people to where like they don't like to work, or, you know, their attitudes is slack at work, or they just, I don't know, I guess maybe they're just mad because it's short staffed. But baby, one thing about it, be thankful in all circumstances, because I just feel like gratitude, you just have to be thankful for even the smallest things. If you hate your job, be thankful you got a job. Like, you might hate it, but also you need to be working on doing something that you love, because just because you hate your job, you shouldn't treat people bad. And that's one thing I didn't do. Like, even when I worked at McDonald's, I still treated people good. Like, but that's neither here nor there. I'm just basically saying, like, when I go back to work, it's gonna be like Tanisha 3.0. Like, I'm gonna be on some customer service through the roof. Like, I'm just so excited that I'm gonna be going back to work. Like, whew, I had a long day at work. Ooh. Today was a busy day at work, but it was a good day. I'm just practicing for when I go back to work. Hey, Jesse, what you doing? Yeah, I'm on my little break right now at work. Crazy. But anyway, I will chit chat with you guys. I will chit chat with, sorry y'all, I'm looking at the camera. I thought I heard one of the kids, but oh, Deuce. He up now. Perfect timing, right when I'm about to work on a resume. But it's cool because he gonna come eat lunch and I'm gonna let them play and work on my resume. But anyway, I will talk to you guys later. And once again, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Like, just help us out. Like, it's not gonna hurt. It is free. It's free. But anyway, thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video.